Welcome to Midnight Frames. Today we are counting down our top 10 horror movies of 2025. While it was not a good year for movies overall, the year included dozens of interesting horror movies. To be included in this list, a movie must be good overall, with a fantastic scare element. Remember, I haven't seen every movie released in 2025, and this is based on my personal taste and opinion. Let's get into it.
Oh my god, I can't believe I let you talk me into this.
It's been a great experience.
Yeah.
All right, crew. There's still one thing we need to take care of. Promise you it'll help. Close your eyes. Take a big, deep inhale. And out.
At number 10, we have Dangerous Animals. We all need to get far away sometimes, but do we know what's lurking far away? This movie tells the story of oblivious tourists becoming a victim of a dangerous killer with a unique taste. Part of the horror is the killer is well adapted to its environment and change is very sudden.
What is this? Where are we? We're on his boat. Whose boat? I don't think you want to know.
But this is also a story of human resilience and survival despite all the odds being against you. If you enjoy sharks and horror, this is a solid movie.
Right places, please. And action. Tell me that ain't the greatest show on earth.
Sit here. Sit Auntie, what's going on? Jimmy, sit still, keep quiet, and do not move from this spot.
At number 9, we have 28 Years Later. Bad news first, the trailer performs better than the movie by a mile. Also, the movie didn't match the quality of its predecessors. However, it still had enough horror and gore.
11, 5, 9 and 20 miles today, 4, 11, 17, 32 the day before. Boot, 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 moving up and down again. There's no discharge.
28 Years Later focuses more on narrative and storytelling rather than zombie chasing. Overall, we were disappointed, but only because we expected much more. If you're a fan of horror and this franchise, this is not a bad watch.
Men go mad with watching them. There's no discharge in the war.
I love you.
At number 8, we have Together. Horror could be casual and very close to home. What if our relationship turned sour and the other did not care about us? What if the relationship turned too strong, almost sticky, pun intended?
You know, this could be the beginning
You roll over, then you're on my hair.
of something wonderful.
Tim?
This movie has a fantastic way of dealing with a common problem by using horror. Much of the horror is a reflection of the daily life of the characters of the movie. Overall, this is a good watch. The horror just makes it more interesting for people who enjoy it.
We've got to get out of here. Now.
At number 7, we have Sinners. This movie was all the buzz, but it was not as good as I expected. However, as a horror flick, it has some fantastic moments, twists and turns. Sometimes, even with our best efforts, the community around us does not help.
I've been all over this world. I seen men die in ways I ain't even know was possible.
What if they decided to turn on us, literally? This is a story of survival among hostile forces, and it's worth a watch for horror fans. To their credit, the movie is also considered excellent by critics and much of the audience.
Hey, get back inside. Let me in, man. My maker told his tale. And I will tell you mine.
At number 6, we have Frankenstein. There have been many Frankenstein movies in the past, which is a bit of a disadvantage for a movie to stand out. But this movie has a good way of turning the story into something interesting, more like a character study. Frankenstein is the story of ambition, neglect, and lovelessness.
I demand a single grace from you.
It's a story of a brilliant boy who desires recognition, but he's expected just to be perfect. At the end, his attempt might be fatal, but his story is fantastic. It's also just a difficult task to turn such a famous story into an interesting movie.
Now, run.
It's just a date.
Hey,
Hi. Sorry, I got a drink because I was nervous.
I had a couple in the car on the way over.
At number 5, we have Drop. We get notifications, messages, other things every day on our phones. You can ignore them, but what if you couldn't? This story shows the horror of using technology for evil.
Violet, everything okay?
Despite being on a date, our protagonist is in a hostage-like situation. The story is very well made, with some unexpected twists and turns. Overall, this is just a good movie, and the horror element makes it even stronger.
911, what's your emergency?
You need help? Please. Come to me. Come to me.
At number 4, we have Nosferatu. This is a new take on an old tale, the story of obsession and evil. The movie deals with our oldest fear of ghosts and demons. A young woman is haunted by an old evil, and those surrounding her try to save her.
This creature is a force more powerful than evil. Its desire is to consume all life on Earth.
The movie performs well in terms of visuals, storytelling, acting. The horror element is also well taken care of. If you enjoy gothic horror and vampires, this is a must-watch.
I'm ready.
Tất cả nạn nhân đều được tìm thấy ở cái hồ này hả bác? Đã có 8 người bị lấy mạng. Tất cả đều mất đầu.
At number 3 we have Detective Kien, the Headless horror. Real life can be more horrific than fancy tales, and this movie is all about that. A detective is invited to solve the disappearance of a young girl and dozens of mutilated bodies.
Bằng mọi giá, tôi sẽ đưa Nga về với cô.
This is also the only non-English language movie on the list. You may think this is a supernatural or folk horror, but be prepared to be surprised. It has enough twists and turns to keep you watching from the beginning to the end. At the end, this is what horror should look like.
at 2:17 in the morning, every kid woke up, got out of bed, walked downstairs, and into the dark.
At number 2, we have weapons. Suddenly, dozens of children start disappearing, and they go on their own. However, everyone knows there is something else behind the disappearance. Someone is playing some sort of a game. The mystery itself is the horror element. The quest is the story itself.
I don't understand at all. Why just her classroom? Why only hers?
The movie turns bizarre but never uninteresting. This is probably not the best horror movie you've ever seen, but mixing it with mystery makes it more interesting. This is a fantastic movie if you like psychological horror, where mystery and horror are mixed to make something brilliant.
I have new orders that require me to go dark for at least a year, maybe more. A special assignment in an undisclosed location.
And finally, at number 1, we have The Gorge. The mystery is what's in the gorge. The horror is the same. What if your duty is to protect monsters? What if you are the only reason that monsters are not walking around us?
What's the mission? To keep people from going in the gorge?
No. You need to stop what's in the gorge.
This movie also mixes horror and mystery to keep you engaged throughout the entire story. The horror does not end with finding monsters, but where they come from is also a big part. If you enjoy a movie that keeps getting better and better and the horror gets scarier, this is probably the best of the year.
What the hell is that?
The gorge is the door to hell. And we're standing guard at the gate.
Midnight Frames showcases top 10 quality movies, but also weekend recommendations, where I suggest a good new movie or a relevant movie to watch for the week. So if you enjoy such content, subscribe. Thank you.